So really, what is meant by a racial awakening? Here I am. I have been teaching race and minority relations for over a decade. And so when Jessica Lowe Minor asked me to perform the Ain't I a Woman speech, I was like, that's cool. And so as I began to um, memorize the speech, it really started taking on a life of its own. And I've shared with many of you a very personal and spiritual experience I had the day of the speech. And so some of you were there, but suffice it to say right now, I was deeply moved and touched. And though I had heard the Ain't I a Woman speech many, many times in my life, to perform it, to memorize it, really shifted something in my psychology about what life really was like for Black women, African American women in the United States. Very soon after that, that happened right at the cusp of COVID. And then I was asked by, I don't know what class, leadership, Tallahassee class, maybe 38, I don't know. I'm a member of class 25, leadership Tallahassee class 25, but I was asked to do this thing like leadership Tallahassee 2.0. And in that experience, I had to very, very quickly read Devil in the Grove. I don't think a lot of people who participated in that 2.0 racial healing actually read the whole book, but because I had to present it, I actually bought the book, and then I'm gonna have to show it to you. I bought the book and I got it on Audible, which is like buying it twice actually. But anyway, if you haven't read it, read it, Devil in the Grove. So now listen, The Devil in the Grove is about Jim Crow. And so here I am, I'm dealing with enslavement, not by my choosing, but by the asking. And I'm dealing with the old Jim Crow. And then I was asked by the Voices of Florida, who were working diligently on behalf of women and men who have been a part of sex trafficking. But while I was charged with doing that particular job, I was given this handout, this research that the Voices of Florida had done, and it was sounding the alarm about the criminalization of America's Black girls, especially the most vulnerable. And so you can imagine what all of this is doing to my insides. And it's interesting to me because I have never felt as dedicated or as kind of heartbroken at the same time. And so, so much of what is happening historically right now begs for our attention. And so I don't want this video to go on too long, but the one thing I do want to say is that mass incarceration, the school to prison pipeline, these are not just governmental, whether it's local or state or federal governmental issues. These are issues of the people. The people, we the people, are responsible for the quality of life of our most vulnerable citizens. And I'll say this as we go forward into the world of CSC. My personal belief is that any cure for this area's most vulnerable Black children that does not include great scrutiny of systemic racism, of the systemic racism that these children are experiencing, falls far short of what they deserve. And so I am encouraging us the people, to begin to broaden our lenses, to include looking deeply at how we are treating the most vulnerable in our midst.